Okay, so today we're going to talk about something really personal. It's something a lot of parents go through, but man, it can be tough to even admit to ourselves, let alone talk about. We're talking about those complicated feelings you get when the life you pictured for your child isn't quite the life that's unfolding.
You know how it is, right? For so many of us, becoming a parent starts with this beautiful, vivid movie in our heads. We see all the big moments, the dance recitals, the college drop-offs, maybe even a wedding day. And that's not a bad thing. It's totally natural to dream for someone you already love so much.
But life rarely sticks to the script, does it? Whether it's a diagnosis or a child who just develops differently, or maybe it's just their own incredible, unique personality. There's usually a point where you realize the math you've been holding doesn't match the road you're actually on. And that's when it hits you. It can be this quiet, sharp pang of sadness. And it's so confusing, right? How can you feel loss when you have this amazing kid right in front of you? But listen, that feeling, it's real. And it is totally valid. There's actually a name for this. It's called grief for expectations. And notice that word expectations. It's not about grieving the child you have. It's about grieving the story you thought you were going to live. It's the totally normal human response to losing a future you had your heart set on.
And this is maybe the most important thing to get. Feeling this grief does not even a little bit, mean you love your child any less. Not at all. It's just a human being's response to losing a dream. You can hold both things at the same time, an incredible fierce love for who your child is, and a real sadness for the future you once imagined.
Getting to this point, this is the big turning point. It's that moment of real, deep insight where you stop judging yourself and start being a little kinder to yourself. You realize that admitting you're grieving isn't a betrayal. Actually, it's a huge step toward a more honest, more authentic relationship with yourself and with your kid.
And that's it, right there. It just means you're human. That's all. Giving yourself permission to have messy, complicated feelings. There's so much freedom in just letting yourself be human.
So what happens next? What happens when you create that space, when you finally, gently loosen your grip on the future you thought you were supposed to have? Well, it's not an empty void that you're left with. No way. Something new actually gets the room it needs to grow. Something else starts to come up in that space. Something you didn't expect. And honestly, something that's often way more profound than the dream you had in the first place. And this is it. This is what you find. When you let yourself grieve the child you imagined, you finally make enough emotional space to fully, truly see the incredible child who's actually there. It's a love that isn't about hitting milestones. It's a love that's here, right now, unconditional, celebrating the person who is right in front of you exactly as they are. And we want to give a quick shout out to Let's Learn for this whole perspective. They're all about creating space for these kinds of real, raw, and important conversations about being a parent. So that leaves us with this question. Not just for parents, but for anyone who's ever had to let go of a dream they held on to for a long time. What kind of beauty is waiting for you right on the other side of your expectations? What unexpected joy is right there, waiting for you to find it? Thanks for joining us.